Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88. Back again with another short podcast for you. I was watching Cam and Mace, the podcast, and where they had Adrian Bronner on there, who apparently he was losing his mind or was alky or on some drugs or something. Like something was going on, but he was in no condition to do that show yesterday. So I'm gonna play the clip that Cameron, had to remove Adrian Bronner, the boxer.
Hey, what you wish that? I love you. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad.
Arabia, is that a real background?
Hey, Stack, can you stop?
Yes.
Can you stop? Arabia.
Nah, yo, bro, some G, bro, some G shit, we got to.
Oh, shit.
I told you that.
My bad.
Like, it's all, like, okay, I guess we can move on to football, then.
Stat, oh my God.
Just that, let's do the football. I guess that answered the question about Floyd. When I see you taking off some time,
I'm mesmerized by Stat.
This nigga here, bro.
I did not know you looked that good in person. My bad.
Alright, hey, we gonna have to ask you to go, my nigga. We gonna have to ask you to go. I'm gonna pay you for your time, for being here. I appreciate you. But I love you, my nigga.
I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, nah. I can't. I asked you the first time. I don't have no problems with you. I'm gonna pay you for your time. But you can't violate, bro. I told you that.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
Nah, I told you niggas boyfriends are here. You know when my brother
Oh, shit,
know
my
that.
bad, bro. My bad.
Nah. But I appreciate your time.
It's me.
Well, if you want to wait for us outside, you could. But I'm not going to sit here and not value your time, neither. If you want to wait for me, you could. But I appreciate it, bro. You gotta jump out. Yeah, no problem.
Yep, that was the clip, gang. Adrian Bronner, he was a former welterweight champion. He was an okay boxer, but he's been in the game for a while. And he was under no condition to do that show yesterday. And I've seen the show. It was all incoherent. His answers were, his answers were all over the place. And then he kept hitting on Treasure Wilson, Stat Baby. Now, you got to understand. This is what I'm trying to say, black men. That you got to protect your reputation and your brand, and that's what Cameron Giles did. He was protecting his brand. He was protecting his employees, and he was protecting his reputation. Because right at this point, throughout the interview, it was bordering on sexual harassment. And I'm going to talk about that on the Balcony Chronicles or Cigar and Thoughts later on this week. But black men, and I know, and I think I've spoken about it, but we're going to really go deep dive into it. Because a lot of you brothers are mixing business with pleasure, and that's never a good thing. Believe it or not, I was there, brothers. I was there. Trust me, I was there. And I told you that story. I almost got caught up in some bullshit, some bull jive. I almost got caught up in some bullshit over sexual harassment. But I had a manager that actually protected me and protected her and protected the brand. And I learned a valuable lesson. We had to sit down and talk about it, and it's never been done. I've never done it again. But But there are some people on the job that, you know, you can play it like that. But some people you don't know. If you don't know that person, why are you continually hitting on them? So I'm glad he shut it down before she shut it down. You know, somebody should have just shut it down. I think it was up to Stat Baby to shut that shit down, keep the show moving. But you know, there was a reason why they had him on the show, is for entertainment purposes and to clown the guy. And I think that's what that was Cam and Mace's objective, is to have a drunk motherfucker or a motherfucker that's out of his mind come on the show and talk crazy for about a segment. So, like I said, I'm going to do a deep dive on protecting your. This is an example of protecting your reputation and protecting your brand. This is what all black men need to do, is step in, especially if you're on a job and you see another black man hitting on a woman on the job. It's your job to pull him aside and say, "Hey, man, you know, this is not the club." Matter of fact, I had to tell a brother that too years ago, that when we was at a Christmas party, he was like talking about, "Hey, we're gonna see some hoes, man. We're gonna get some hoes." I'm like, no, my brother, no, these are not hoes. These are your colleagues. These are your colleagues. These are not hoes, man. You know, more brothers need to step in like Cameron, and, you know, just to G-check, not to G-check him, but just to let him know that, hey, man, that's not acceptable. You're in violation. You're not at the club. You're not at the bar. You're not in a social setting where, hey, yeah, it's all right to be hitting on women. That's acceptable. And even that has a limit. When a woman says, "Leave me alone, go away," you go away. Leave it alone. It was extra cringe and extra creepy. So, you know, hopefully he'll come to his senses. AB will come to his senses and say, hey, give a formal apology and move on. And I know Cameron Giles cannot have another brother like that on the show like that's you know, that want to creep out the women. You know, I mean, these women are not there for that. They're not there to get hit on. They're not there to get called beautiful and this, that, and the other. They're not there for that. She was there to talk about sports. And Arabia, the chick there, she was there to talk about sports, about the NFL. That's what we should. Even though I do have an opinion about women talking about the NFL and professional sports, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm in the 21st century. I was born in the 20th century. I'm living in the 21st century. I gotta adapt. Either I'm gonna adapt or I'm gonna die. But we'll talk about that later on the Balcony Chronicles on Saturday or Cigar and Thoughts on Friday or during the week. You know what? Let me go ahead and get on out of here. I gotta get to work. This is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here. And black men, let's be careful out there, all right?